test, test,
starting to step into their power. They've started putting themselves first. But over the past 2 years, I've witnessed them starting to.
But over the past 2 years, I have witnessed them,
Witnessed.
Starting to step into their power. They've started putting themselves first. Step into their power. They've started putting themselves first, speaking up for what they need and want, and
They have started putting themselves first, speaking up for what they need and want,
setting clear boundaries with friends and partners.
and setting clear boundaries with friends and
The result.
Boundaries. I have witnessed them starting to step into their power. They have started putting themselves first, speaking up for what they need and want, and setting clear boundaries with friends and partners.
A fuck ton of fallouts. The people around them. The result? A fuck ton of fallouts.
The results a fuck ton of fallouts.
The people around them were like, wait.
The people around them were like.
The people around them were like, wait.
Wait, I'm not getting the same level of limitless giving at the expense of yourself anymore? This
is fair. Wait, I'm not getting the same level to limitless giving at the expense of yourself anymore. I'm not getting the same level of limitless giving at the expense of yourself anymore. This is fair. Expense of yourself anymore.
isn't fair.
This isn't relationship dynamic. This isn't relationship dynamic. I stand up for. In fact, my needs aren't being met.
Isn't the relationship dynamic I signed up for. In fact, my needs aren't being met. This isn't the relationship dynamic I signed up for. In fact, my needs aren't being met.
Because of this.
This isn't a relationship dynamic. I stand up. In fact, my needs aren't being met.
Disconnect. My friends were labeled.
Because of a disconnect, my friends are labeled as failures.
as villains. It was like the mental gymnastics.
Because of a disconnect, my friends were labeled as villains. Because of disconnect, my friends were labeled as villains.
Olympics. So many narratives were created about how it was like the mental gymnastics Olympics. It was like the mental gymnastics Olympics.
It was like the mental gymnastics Olympics.
Gymnastics.
Gymnastics Olympics.
It was like the mental gymnastics Olympics. So
it was like a mental gymnastics Olympics.
It was like the mental gymnastics Olympics.
Gymnastics Olympics.
So many narratives were created about how they were villains for no longer providing the same energy that they used to.
So many
narratives.
So many narratives were created about how they were villains for no longer providing the same energy that they used to. So many were created about how they were villains for no longer providing the same energy that they used to. No longer providing the same energies that they used to.
My friend summed it up with this beautiful analogy.
Hi, could I?
My friend summed it up with this beautiful analogy. Okay,
Summed.
Summing up with a beautiful
Analogy.
Analogy.
Hi, could I order room service?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's 3 a.m., so the kitchen is closed.
Kitchen is closed.
You used to have 24/7
You used to have 24
room service.
Yes.
You used to have 24/7 room service.
24/7 room service. You used to 24/7 room service.
Yes, we did. Unfortunately,
Unfortunately,
we now have set hours.
We now have set hours.
So the kitchen is open from 7 a.m. to
What?
Yes, we did.
Unfortunately,
we now have set hours. So we now have set hours. So the kitchen is open from 6 a.m. to.
That's not fair. Last time I was here,
I could order a cheese
burrito.
And it's 3:43 a.m. and I want my cheese burrito at 3:43 a.m. again.
I could order a cheese burrito at 3:43 a.m. and I want my cheese burrito at 3:43 a.m. again.
I'm so sorry, ma'am. But as I said, the kitchen is open at.
But as I said, the kitchen is open at 7 a.m. So it's in 3 hours.
7 a.m. So in 3 hours, you.
I don't want to wait 3 hours. Okay. I don't want to wait 3 hours. Okay. I want to order my burrito. I want my 24/7 room service. 24/7. 24/7.
And look, this isn't malicious by the people.
This is malicious by the people around them, right?
Malicious.
Around them, right? So much of this.
Some clunkers
subconscious,
subconscious and unaware,
unaware,
is subconscious. So much of this is subconscious and unaware. There is a part of us that feels
subconscious and unaware. 潜在不察觉。
There is a part of us
There is part of us that feels threatened.
threatened,
Subconscious and unaware. 潜在不察觉。
there is a part of us
There is part of us that feels threatened.
that feels threatened. There is a part of us that feels threatened when a dynamic shifts. We feel
threatened,
when the dynamics shift. We feel unimportant with someone's labels of giving change.
threatened,
This part of us that feels threatened when a dynamic shifts. We feel unimportant when someone's level of giving changes.
feel unimportant when someone's level of giving changes, especially if that giving
Especially if that giving used to be endless, of protecting, and is way easier to tell ourselves.
especially,
Especially if that giving used to be endless for taking, and is way easier to tell ourselves. Giving used to be endless for taking, and is way easier to tell ourselves.
used to be endless for our taking, and it's way easier to tell ourselves,
Oh, that person just feels like they're too good for me now.
Just feel like they are too good for me now.
rather than confront the idea that maybe the dynamic we participated in wasn't equal, or even kind to the people-pleasing person.
Rather than
confront,
confront the idea that maybe the dynamic we
participated,
participate in wasn't equal or even kind to the people-pleasing person.
rather,
Rather than confront the idea that maybe the dynamic we participate in wasn't equal or even kind to the people-pleasing person.
Rather than confront the idea that maybe the dynamic we participated in wasn't equal, or even kind to the people-pleasing person. It's really easy for us
Even kind to the people-pleasing person was equal or even甚至 kind to
It's really easy for us to make up narratives that It's really easy for us to make up narratives that shield our ego, and I know that I have definitely been guilty of this. It's
very easy for us to make up narratives less short.
Shield.
That shield our ego. And I know that I have definitely.
Definitely.
Definitely be guilty.
Guilty.
To feel guilty of that. It's really easy for us to make our narratives show our ego, and I know that I have definitely be of this.
Guilty.
Guilty.
rather than confront the idea that maybe the dynamic we participated in wasn't equal, or even kind to the people-pleasing person. Rather than confront the idea
that maybe the dynamic we participate wasn't equal or even kind to the people-pleasing person. What? 好喜欢的人。Dynamic we participate in was equal or even kind to the people-pleasing person.
it's really freaking hard to look at someone through like a compassionate lens and depersonalize their growth as not a personal attack on us. And on top of that, it's very hard to witness someone. And on top of that, it's really
freaking hard.
Freaking.
Really freaking hard to look at someone
through
like. How to look someone through like a complicated.
Compassionate.
A compassionate lens. Less and
Depersonalized.
their growth.
Depersonalized.
Their
Growth.
The growth is not a personal attack on Earth. It's really freaking hard to look someone through like. Like a
Compassionate.
Like a compassionate lens.
Depersonalized.
Their growth as not a personal attack on Earth. Depersonalize their growth.
And on top of that, it's really freaking hard to look at someone through like a compassionate lens and depersonalize their growth as not a personal attack on us. And on top of that, it's very hard to witness someone growing for the better when you feel stuck, right? It's so difficult to see someone become happier. And on top of that, it's very hard to witness someone growing for the better when you feel stuck, right? It's so difficult.
Feel stuck. And And on the top of that is very hard. Witness someone. Witness. Witness. Witness someone growing for the better when you feel start right. And the top of that is very hard to witness someone growing for the better when you feel start right.
It's so difficult to see someone become happier when you're still miserable. And it's very scary when someone is able to. It's so difficult to see someone become happier when you're still miserable. It's so difficult to see someone become happier when you're still miserable. And it's
Miserable. Miserable.
Miserable.
Miserable.
And it's very scary.
And it's very scary when someone is about to grow and change and become a more
Fulfilled.
fulfilled person, because when it's when you are feeling
Capable.
capable of it too. And it's very scary when someone is about to grow and change, become a more fulfilled person, because
Witnessing.
witnessing that mean because witness that mean you are fairly capable of it too.
Capable.
Capable.
And of course, it's easier to stay
And of course,
exactly where we are, ignoring our problems instead of addressing them.
problem instead of address them, in groping,
Ignoring.
in knowing.
And of course, it's easier to stay exactly where we are,
Stay steady where we are, in growing, in
Ignoring.
our problems is
Instead.
instead of address them. It's just steady.
Exactly.
Is that where we are? Growing our problem is a deal of adjustment. 反而不是解决它们。Addressing them.
So I urge you, embrace your villain era. People are going to project how they
I urge you to
Embrace.
villain era.
People are going to project how they feel
about themselves. People are going to project how they feel about themselves onto your own anywhere. Going to project. Going to project how they feel about themselves onto you anywhere.
anyone who is a real one and deserves to be in your
Deserves.
Anyone who is real one and deserves to be in your life will see your change and your growth, and either talk to you about in honesty, or just be happy for you. Anyone who is real one and
Deserves.
to be in your life. See your change and growth, and either talk to you about it, has just be happy for you.
your life will see your change and your growth and either talk to you about it honestly or just be happy for you. I'm Anna Akana. Thank you to the patrons who supported today's video.
Thank you to the
Patrons.
who support today's video, and thank you for the help for
Sponsoring.
sponsor today's episode.
And thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's episode. Navigating life struggles, pinpointing what's interfering with our happiness, and creating patterns.
啊，赞哦，我把它看完。